Welcome back to Movies TV Mad. You can follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad, and welcome to Tuesday's edition of the DC Universe Daily. It's another day, so it's yet another DC Universe tease from that cheeky morsel James Gunn on yet another social media platform, which I'm not going on. I'm staying on Twitter. I'm not moving away from Twitter just because certain people are triggered by Elon Musk. I don't particularly like Musk or what he's doing to Twitter, but I ain't leaving and joining 50 billion social media platforms. So anyway, let's stick with the matter at hand. So on a brand new social media platform, don't know what it's called, don't care, but he's got a new header on his new account, and it's actually Kingdom Come. Really exciting, right? Now, I don't know very much about Kingdom Come, but what excites me about all of this is that we've all seen Alex Ross's beautiful artwork of Kingdom Come, so we can imagine it's something very, very exciting. Now, this is what I do know about Kingdom Come, that it's about older superheroes versus newer DC superheroes, and the older versions are a little bit bitter, twisted, a little bit more aggressive, not holding back as much as they used to. And, they go up against these newer, younger heroes. It's set in the future, by the way. So could this be the plan that James Gunn and Peter Safran are coming up with this new blueprint to do a Kingdom Come? And how does this work? And this could answer the question about what relevance the DCEU has with the new DC Universe. Could the DCEU characters be the older ones in the future, going against a younger version of these DC characters? Could this be a thing they're attempting to do? Now, as I say, I don't know Kingdom Come in detail. Now, I do know that Brandon Routh played Kingdom Come Superman, or a version of him, on Crisis on Infinite Earths, and he did a really, really good job with it. Of course, love Brandon Routh as Superman. So, yes, could they use these DCEU characters in the future and going up against younger characters? And maybe ultimately when this arc is over, they rest the DCEU characters and they stick with these younger versions of these characters, or maybe they stick with like the older versions and the younger versions. I don't know. But as I say, this could be a really awesome, epic, neat and tidy answer to how they use the DCEU characters in an interesting way, in this new, DC Universe plan. And look, his teases mean something. There's no question. He isn't putting Kingdom Come up there for no reason. But if he is going to use these DCEU characters in a futuristic kind of way up against younger versions of these DC characters, as I say, this could be the way to how we use these DCEU characters going forward. And it would mean that they're, in a way, trying to rebrand the DCEU into DC Universe, but in a very exciting way. So could Kingdom Come be the story spanning films, television, animation, and gaming? If you want to sell games, Kingdom Come would be the way to do it. As I say, I don't know much about it, but I know enough. And I talk to my fellow DC fans a lot via my channel, via Twitter, and other platforms, so I know that everyone is desperate to see Kingdom Come on the big screen. It would be a huge seller, there's no question about that. And would it work with the mainstream audience? Yes, because at the end of the day, when you talk about Avengers, when you talk about like Avengers Infinity War and Endgame, it's not necessarily about understanding what, you don't need a great knowledge from the comic book community. You just need to see something good being executed in a really good way. And taking Kingdom Come and, telling the story from the very beginning. Don't forget, James Gunn's told us it's going to, this is going to be a one story based franchise. And I think actually Kingdom Come could be the best way of doing this. So I'm actually excited. Now, I I'm just assuming that this is more than a hint or a tease, and this is something that maybe is definitely happening, because listen, he's trying to tell us what he's planning. It's obvious. And, probably he's trying to get people away from Twitter and onto these new social media platforms as well. But it's clear in the middle of him trying to promote, the Guardian's holiday special, he's definitely got time for DC and DC fans like you and me. And teasing Kingdom Come is a way to make us very, very happy. So you can imagine it. Again, I don't know the exact details of Kingdom Come. If you're dealing with older versions of Superman, Batman, and younger versions of Superman, Batman, and the other characters, or you're using older versions of Wonder Woman, Superman, and Batman, and they're facing other younger heroes, not of the same ilk. So, again, if someone can comment here or kind of at me on Twitter and explain to me what Kingdom Come actually is in a deeper, more expansive way. As I say, I know kind of what it's about, but it's really the artwork from Alex Ross that's really grabbed me, and it does sound like a really interesting idea. Older versions versus younger versions of these characters. So I would absolutely love to see this, and having this span a whole story via films, TV animation, and games, I think is a big seller. So at this moment in time, we can only make assumptions because James Gunn isn't going to clarify anything right now. But let's just say, for argument's sake, that, it is going to be Kingdom Come, spanning, these multiple platforms in this new DC universe. Yes, I think it will be great. Yes, I think it can make money. And I think the general audience would be very excited as well, because James Gunn and Peter Safran are smart guys. And as I said earlier, it's not just a good idea in general, it's a way you can use these DCEU characters versus new DC Universe characters that James and Peter want to introduce. And what do you get in Kingdom Come? This is something I do know. Thank you, Chris Wong Svensson, for your video, because now I know this. Basically, older Superman and older Shazam fight each other. So that's an interesting one, because they've become a bit dark, bitter, gritty. And so it is this kind of universe. I mean, I wouldn't compare it to The Boys, but it's kind of there if you think about it, because these older versions are more darker and more brutal characters. So I definitely think it's a very interesting thing to do. And I think, I'm surprised that someone like James Gunn is going for this, considering how we've always seen him do kind of lighter kind of things, but he's very good at introducing darker kind of elements into his bright, bubbly stories as well. Don't forget, this is not him, the director. This is him, maybe the writer, but someone who's actually setting up a whole universe. So this is where he's molding clay with Peter Safran, and they're going to do what they think's going to sell. So yes, as I imagine this, it hugely excites me. It's a way to use the DCEU characters with new kind of iterations of these DC Universe characters, if you like. So everyone's happy. We get to see the DCEU characters and, younger versions of these characters, intermingling. It might not be the actual way they're going to deal with this. They may recast and start again, but I doubt it. This is actually a way you can use Cavill, Gadot, even Batfleck if he's interested. So, yeah, I mean, this sounds like a very bold, exciting future. And as I said, I know you lot. You would absolutely love Kingdom Come to be a thing in the new DC universe. And Kingdom Come has never been done in live action. Yeah, I know Brandon Routh played him in Crisis, but we didn't see the actual universe. We're talking about a story, a beginning, middle, and end in a franchise spanning TV, movies, animation, and gaming. And that's very, very exciting. So, yeah, let's make the assumption for now that this is a thing, because he's not a madman. He ain't going to tease something that he's not going to do, because teasing Kingdom Come is a huge thing, as I say, that people have wanted for such a long time. It's a way you use these existing DC actors and new DC actors as well. It could be a really powerful, compelling thing if executed properly, because yes, at the end of the day, it's all about the execution. This has been the DC Universe Daily Tuesday's edition here on Movies TV Mad with me, Mick, your host with the most. Just ask your girlfriends and your wife. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss this beautiful perfection. And I'll see you again in the next video. Until we see each other again, goodbye, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen.